comes to how has AI affected my career, I really have noticed that I've become much more knowledgeable on different subjects that I typically wouldn't have been, and I've been exposed to a lot more, not just in the content of the material and the knowledge, but also the people and the networking.
There's an enormous amount of benefits, and just like anything that you pay for, certainly if you don't use them, you won't be able to appreciate them. But in being the voice for architects, the AIA is an advocate and assists at all levels, local and national, in terms of legislation. It has contract management documents, which in and of itself is of value, that also brings with it risk management for us to protect us in terms of our profession. There are parts of the organization that are for young architects, the Young Architects Forum. We have emerging professions. So we have a lot of areas, depending on where you are in your practice, that you are able to fit in.
I've had one or two licensed architects approach me with the question about the quote-unquote value of being a member of the American Institute of Architects. And my response usually is the typical things, what it can provide: information, networking, access to how other architects are doing projects or solutions.
You get out of it what you put into it. If you expect that you're going to join an organization and the organization is just going to kind of float you along and you're going to get something out of it, yeah, you might be able to passively be able to go to a seminar, learn new knowledge, but unless you get actually involved in any organization, AIA included in that, I mean, it could be anything. If you don't put something into it, you're not going to get anything out of it.
It's similarly true with the AIA. You get more out of the AIA given on what you put into it. I think a lot of people aren't aware of the variety of different things offered by the AIA.
The first time you get a free email tip from the small project practitioners that says, here's a clearer way to resolve a construction field issue, and you use that, and it works, you have just created value for yourself.
For the most part, throughout the entire membership, you're probably going to find someone who is either where you are now, where you want to be, or has been where you have been. And that's where that repository of information really comes back into play, because you can ask the right questions and get the right answers.
I probably wouldn't have chosen to go into business development like I'm doing right now with an office and not really practicing architecture if I hadn't gotten involved and gotten a greater sense of outreach and networking as I do with AIA. It gave me a lot more confidence.
It's kind of a two-way street. If you just want to be a member, that's fine. But if you want to network, or if you want to see what other architects are doing or how other architects have resolved items, as much as you are willing to search for, you will always find.
It's really not a matter of what it costs. It's a matter of what can I do with what I'm given for what it costs. And you can do an incredible amount.
I think that the AIA, it's not really necessarily how the career has changed me, but it's how AIA has been able to give me the resources to be able to change me so that I've been able to become a better professional in my career.
I think it is an organization that's always growing and always developing and responding to the needs of the membership. And I think that is one of the most important things, and why I like to continue to be a member of the American Institute of Architects.